Okay. Okay. Hermanni at least is ready. So, are you ready to continue? We still have approximately 58 minutes left here. So I know that Hermanni is ready. I know that Omnia team is ready. Tartu is ready. Great. Okay. To be quite honest, I managed to go through my monologue a bit sooner than or quicker than I anticipated in the first place. So now I would like to hear from you, and this means everyone, uh, about your expectations for this module. I'm not sure how much your teachers have told you. Now, this is actually for the students. So I'm not sure how much your teachers have told you beforehand about this whole project, about this uh, set of sessions that you are getting into, or this event that will take place in end of April. But now is the time for you to give some kind of, how would I say, sign of life here, so that I know that you are still present here. So let's start with the students in Tartu Kutsuharjoituskeskus. I know that you are probably all in the same room there, and you don't unfortunately have the camera, but still it would be great to hear from you. What are your expectations? What kind of things you at least think that you are doing now, starting from this day and going on until the end of April?
Please say hi. So.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
So what do you expect from doing an online international course?
I am very confused and overwhelmed at the moment.
Go ahead, Vili.
I am very confused and overwhelmed at the moment.
Yeah, I think the microphone is probably not picking up from the back of the classroom. So
probably not. Yeah.
We have some confused and overwhelmed voices. So I think there might have been a case of cognitive overload as a result of this first hour.
Yeah, it might be, yeah, because there's a lot of new things probably coming your way, just new thing after a new thing after a new thing. So that might overwhelm anyone. But it's a good thing that you say that you are confused, because that shows that at least you have been listening, even though that you might not understand anything. But still, it's a good thing that there's some kind of confusion in your mind, because that's always a good start to really learn something new.
We have one more question.
Yes.
They have the question where to start and what is the first thing. And I think the first thing is starting with making our CVs.
Yes.
And setting up the blog. And if you have received an email from me, joining the Facebook group.
Yeah,
and
that's
deal with that after the online session here, talking over how we will help everybody to get started.
Yeah, very good. So the first things really are, first of all, if you haven't yet either received a friend invitation from me, so Mika Heino is my name. So either you haven't received an invitation in Facebook from me, or you haven't sent an invitation to be friends to me. So that's the first thing to do. So I need to have your Facebook account names so that I know who to invite as a friend, because I can't add anyone to the Facebook group without first being friends with that person. So for this reason, I need to have every single student's name, the name that they use in Facebook, so that I can send this invitation. The other option is that you send an invitation to me. And once this is done, and I have been able to add you as a member in this Facebook group, the next thing is to write your short presentation with a video. So actually, it can be so that you just write that, hello, this is Mika Heino from Omnia, and here's my introduction video. And then you have this a few, maybe 20-second video or whatever you choose to, how long you want to record yourself, and you just upload that video into the this particular Facebook group. And then, like Sigrid said, next thing is to make sure that you have the CV. So either a Europass CV or a LinkedIn CV. And if you have already done that, great. Then you can just upload that into this Facebook group as well. If you haven't done that, I will place some info or this, let's say, helping material to the Facebook group so that you have something to work with when you start with that one. And it would be really, really important that also the CV is done before the next online session on the on 1 week's time. And then third thing here is that you start your professional blog. For that, if you haven't blogged before, it's very easy. I will upload this presentation that gives guidance for this starting a blog also in this Facebook group. And you can, well, basically you can also find all this material already in our website, but you need to sort of look for it, and it might be easier to just go for the Facebook group and find it there. But I will also I will show you where to find the website and where to find the material from there in a short while. But first, any other questions from Tartu?
At the moment, not, it seems.
Okay, great, good. Then moving on to Vaasa, to Vamia. I know that all the students are separately there. Great, thank you, Mary. And I will, yeah, because this is now also because sometimes I can't be sure whether the friend invitations that come my way are for the actual, you know, those students who are meant to be in this Facebook group, because sometimes the names in the Facebook accounts don't match the names that I've received from your teachers. Yeah. So I know that the Vamia students you are all individually here. Oh, sorry. Before going there, we have Oona here also present. Oona is the content coordinator of the project on a sick leave at the moment, but she's here present at the moment and probably wants to say something because she has raised her hand. Go ahead, Oona.
Well, firstly, hello for everyone. And the Facebook, I'm so sorry. I haven't given Mika to admin rights. So actually I just changed Mika to admin rights. So some of the cases, perhaps that might help you. So you
Okay.
can send direct email addresses and adding the people. So they don't need to be there. So it's optional. If they want to be as a friends, that's okay.
Okay.
But I actually edit for all the teachers now the admin rights.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Oona.
No worries.
Thank you. Okay, now we're moving on to Vamia students. So please, have you any questions, any doubts, any comments that you would like to share here? There's somebody raising their hand. Let's see who that is. I have to check from this side. Okay, George, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just regarding on the social media, what you call this, social media presence.
Yeah.
I think that would be very helpful during these days because with this situation, social media presence will really help you in building your, if you want to make a business, if you want to improve your career, because everything they can see it on your social media. So I'm really looking forward on how to improve my social media, Instagram or Facebook. I think that will help everyone.
That's very correct. Thank you very much for these comments. Yeah. Any other comments or any other questions?
I used to be a student.
Go ahead,
maybe I can ask also. So just
yeah.
when we are doing this blog, is it going to be individual or per team?
Individual blogs, but
so it's going
working
to
as
be
a
4
team.
from Vaasa.
I'm sorry?
So it's going to be 4 blogs.
Yes.
From Vaasa, okay?
Yes, yes. Because the idea here is also that the blog that the students are starting during this project will be then going on with their whole career after this as well. So that's why we are making these individual individual blogs, so that the students can then benefit also later on from their what they have started now.
Okay, thank you.
Great, thanks. There were some hands raised. I think it was at least Eileen who raised her hand, but then lowered it again. Any questions, any comments?
Yes, it was me. I am also looking forward to develop my skills in like in presenting my like my blog, because I am really new to it, and I think and I believe that this project will really help my my personal career in the future. So I'm great to be here, to be part. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much, Eileen. Any other comments or questions or concerns from students in Vamia? No?
Yes,
Yeah.
I just want to say that this might be a great and fun activity for me, or especially for me, and of course for everyone as well. And I would like to take this opportunity to enhance the skills that I have started.
Great, very good. Thank you very much. Okay, anything else? Or okay, George, go ahead.
Yeah, since we're 4 on the team, it's like there's some documentate during your lecture earlier. You said there's some documentation that will be posted on our blog.
The documentation that I will post, it will be on Facebook. So this Facebook group, you haven't been yet invited as members to this group, but you will be later today, and then you will find the necessary information either from the Facebook group or from the website of the project.
Okay, and one more question.
Yes.
Yeah, because also we're 4 in the group. Can we the progress of each, because we're gonna post some progress on our individual blogs, right? Of
Yes.
our, can we have just one we can say one official photographer or videographer, and then we'll just share it by a group and post it the same time?
Yeah, that's also possible. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
No, thanks. Okay, moving on to Omnia, and any questions or comments here?
No, I enjoy and looking forward as I love cook and bake. So I wish that I get better skill and more knowledge to develop myself and my passion to cook in this to be participate of this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Thank you very much. Good to hear.
Yeah, me too. I don't have any question right now, maybe later.
Mhm.
I have to think about this, actually, what we're going to do about this pop-up kitchen or whatever.
Mhm.
So I have to think first about this blog or new thing. I have to study first everything, then maybe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Good. So what we will do next, I would like to hear also from our teachers who are now online with us. If you have anything that you would like to share with the students at this stage, if there is something that you would like them to do before your online sessions, or if there is something that you would like to add to my presentation that I gave just a few minutes ago before we had the break. So we don't have the teacher for the last session here with us at the moment, and probably if I have to check if we have. Okay, so we have actually the teachers for the first, second, and the fourth of the content sessions. But still, is there something that you would like to share with the students now, starting with Janne?
Well, I'm waiting forward to see what kind of cooperation you will do, and your final products, of course, food items. But till now, I want that you go to that Facebook group, and you always can ask there from teacher, from me, for example, if you have questions. This is group for communication and helping you, so don't be afraid to ask. I will answer.
Great. Thank you, Janne. And moving on to Sami and Hermanni. Is there something that you would like to share with the students?
Yes, the only thing that I have now for my own students is that when we are finishing, we can have a short meeting after, we can stay here.
Yeah.
So I don't have anything else. Everything seems to be clear now, but let's see. Thank you for everyone.
Thank you. And Sigrid.
Yes, we are actually doing the same thing, that discussing things over with the students, and I think it's good to keep it step by step. And first we focus on the assignments for next week and see how we can break it up.
Great. Yep. Very good.
Yeah, I have that. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Like I would like to say for everybody that all the students that, yes, in the beginning, I'm sure it might seem like a lot And afterwards, I'm quite sure that the pieces will fall into their place. Like Sigrid says, just we go forward step by step. Don't worry about the big picture that much. It comes through the individual tasks, and then at some point you just will see, and then you have the knowledge of all of this. So in the future, it's going to be a lot easier. So this is the first time. This is the most difficult part. And then when you have done it once, then it's easier after that.
So true, so true. Yeah. And I still want to ask Oona, is there something that you would like to share with the students at the moment? I know that it might not be the best time for you, but still, if there's something that you'd like to share.
Well, actually, it's I would like to sort of remind, or when you are heading to the closed Facebook page, you will see there the sort of like topics, and do remember that like you most likely all of you guys might have seen it the Facebook, or you have been in the Facebook. There's a lot of things. So when you scroll down there, you see a lot of items. Like now Mika have told you that some of the PowerPoint presentations he's going to sort of edit or put it in the closed Facebook page. When you actually head there, just have a look of those like intro topics and click on that, and all the information on the intro, you will find it. And then when you go for personal branding and marketing, Janne will post all the information under that pin. So it makes you much more easier to follow the items, or if you might forget, because all the time when you go to Facebook, you will see the full screen, and then in that case, do remember to go for the pins. That's it.
Yep, thank you, Oona. Okay, and like I promised, I will also now share you not the Facebook, but the website of the project. I will just have to search for it first, so that I can show you. There. Takes a bit to load, and now I can share it with you. I can just find it now from here. There it is. So it takes a little bit time to load here for sharing with you, but just be patient. It will show in a few seconds. At least I hope so. So the page is loading here. It just takes a few minutes, but because this is something that I've experienced before, that it will eventually come to your screens. At least I do hope so. Let's see what happens here. No. And here we are. So this is the starting page of our, or let's say the landing page of our website. And now that you are, let's say, new to our project, I suggest that you take at least a few minutes to go through the page on your own time. So there's the website is the address to this website is cookingforthefuture.net, and here you will find the landing page. In About, you will find the team members, and something about digital accessibility, but basically team members is the place or the page that you might want to check, because there you can find pictures and short presentation of all the teachers, for example, that are going to teach your teach you during the online sessions. In outcomes, we have Guild School, we have open badges, and we have events. And here you can also find this virtual pop-up competition event 2021. You will just find very general description of this this event, nothing, let's say, nothing more than that probably. Then you have the modules icon or the menu here, and here are now all the modules that you are going to go through during these online sessions. And here, let's start with this module 1, personal branding and marketing. Here you can find all that material that has been produced in the project so far. So you have these ThingLink 360-degree platforms. There is part 1, and when you scroll down a bit, you find part 2, which is the part 1 is for the we originally meant to have both cooking competition and pop-up event, but as the COVID-19 came along, it changed all our plans, and now we are going to have just one event, partly online and hopefully partly in real life. And here, if ThingLink is not something that you are familiar with, the idea here is that you have these, I will show you, you have these hotspots which are marked here with different kinds of icons. For example, you have, trying to scroll it down here, you have the introduction for this module. This arrow just shows you what is behind this particular icon, but the icon next to the arrow is the one that you can click and you get the content visible. So here's the introduction, and then you can close this smaller window by simply clicking on the X on the right-hand corner here on the top. And then you have this sort of a more detailed description of this particular module. For example, here I will show you. You get to read about the purpose, learning outcomes, key skills, teaching and learning strategy, and evaluation. So take some time and go through all these things, and you learn a lot more about our project. And the actual content, for example, of this particular module can be found behind these letter icons. And starting with the A and then going alphabetically, you get a hotspot. Here it's a picture. With these, we'll have info. There's some teaching learning material. For example, here, how to use social media as a tool in professional context. You have some tasks for the students. You have some YouTube video, for example, here. And then this is just information about this particular photo is taken from the website of a Finnish hotel, restaurant, catering industry professional magazine. And here's some information about that. And then you have another YouTube video. For example, this picture that is shown here, we have two former Omnia students here who were on internship in Lisbon in Portugal, and this picture was taken from there. And this this video, for example, is about this particular restaurant where they were working. And then you have, well, for example, a video CV of this particular fellow here, so Elias, and then also about Alexi, who is this fellow here. So you have different kinds of material here that you can get acquainted with, and then you just move on to, for example, here to B, which is the second part of this particular module, and again, info, some learning teaching material, for example, how to come up with a blog name, some tasks here, and so on and so on. So some of this material you will be going through next week with Janne. But as you can see, we originally were meant to have 2 different events. So we have material for 2 events, and now we just have 1. So we can't go through all the material that's online already. So you will be hearing some of the, well, actually you will be going through some of the material with the teachers next week with Janne, and then with Sami and Hermanni, and so on and so on. So if you are interested to get more information than what we can offer you in just 3 hours, you can always go back to our website and look for extra information and extra material. And then we also have some other material here. We have, for example, some videos, we have some reports, and some news from the website, from the project from the previous 2 years. We have, for example, we have here newsletters, we have flyers and leaflets, visibility in the media. This means that whenever there has been a publication that has told something about our project, then you can find it here. And also different kinds of presentations and webinars that some of the team members have participated, you can find here as well. And well, team links you won't be needing at the moment because, for example, the competition room that we were supposed to use doesn't have enough user spots so that we couldn't actually use it, and that's why we are using Teams, at least for the moment. And here, yeah, so modules. So now you saw that we have all the modules here, so you can already go and check what you can find in these modules. The last module is still under construction, so you won't find these 360 photos yet here for the module 5, but you will eventually have also those materials available, but just not yet. Okay, so that was the website. And any questions concerning the website or the materials that are there? No, probably. Oona, go ahead.
Well, actually, this is for the secret questionnaire, and this is actually for all the students. Can we have the questionnaire what you have already created for the students? Are you able to upload that to our closed Facebook page? So they would they are able to sort of answer the questions beforehand.
Yes, actually I can do that already, and we discussed that yesterday in the meeting, that we will post them in the Facebook group just after this meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes. So just to clarify this comment to all the students, you will be asked some questions always before each of the upcoming online sessions, but also after each of the online sessions. So first we want to know your expectations for the module or for the event. And then after the online session, we want to hear how you felt or how you feel about what you have just learned, and how what kind of things you might still want, and so on and so on. I can't remember all the questions by heart, but first expectations and then feedback for that particular online session. And don't be alarmed, you will receive 2 questionnaires before the online sessions and 2 questionnaires after the online sessions. They are very, very simple to answer, very short, and won't take much of your time. But the amount is because we originally promised that we will have 2 separate modules or 2 separate events, and according to the European Union regulations, we need to do what we have promised originally in our application, and that's why we have to have these, for example, these questionnaires doubled, so that it sort of adds to your workload maybe 5 more minutes maximum, but otherwise it won't affect you in any way. I'm trying to think if there's something that I have forgotten to tell you right now, but now I can't remember that there would be anything else that I need to add here. I don't want to make this any longer than absolutely necessary. And like said, I already managed to go through the presentation that I was meant to do today. We already visited the website, so you saw where to find extra material. All the students have had the opportunity to be active online, and so now it will just be that those of you who have not yet either received an invitation to be friends in Facebook from me, or have not sent a friend invitation to me, please send me an invitation in Facebook today. And I will check my Facebook account also today to see if there are any other friend requests, and then I will add you to this closed Facebook group later today, so that you have access to all the material that will be then uploaded there. I will also upload the presentation I gave today, so that you have possibility to go through these slides again, maybe in a bit slower pace. And we will also have the recordings of the video recordings of today's session. How soon can we promise to have them? In a couple of days. This week, next week. Okay, so the video recording of this meeting will be available and uploaded also to Facebook group. Well, actually, there will be a link to YouTube in Facebook, but it will be there this week. And so thank you very much for attending today, and hopefully you don't feel too overwhelmed and too sort of a how to say it, too overstressed of the things that will become to you have to do in the next few weeks, and hopefully I will see you all online also next week at 10 o'clock Central European time, 11 o'clock here in Finland and in Estonia, and then the topic will be personal branding and marketing. Thank you very much for your attention today, and take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.
Vamia students, stay here for a while so we can have a meeting.
Yes, chef.
Tartu is signing off, and next week with camera.
Great.
Thank you, Mika. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.